Did a meteor just explode over Cleveland?
And some kid got lost in the woods, and he didn't even realize it.
And that's how it happens. You don't always mean to get lost.
You just drift, and sometimes storms show you what actually matters.
This episode is brought to you by Backbone Coffee.
First Form.
And the Great Lakes Fishing Expo and Heritage Roofing Company.
Watch or listen.
You should do that. Go watch and listen now.
Casting their faith to reach this world. Fish on.
And welcome back to the Casting Faith podcast. We're so excited to have Aaron Garrett with us. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks. I'm pumped to be here.
Bro, it's been such a great. We went to the Great Lakes Fishing Expo, met you, and just got a feel for the expo. And bro, it's been such a unique experience. We just went because we love fishing and we wanted to get hot dogs after, and we were just going to hang out. And we met so many great people, and man, it was just a unique experience. I've only been to a couple expos, and usually it's the same thing. People are selling their overstock, and it's like a million
45
charters.
Yeah.
And then and it's always kind of like what you're getting into, but like it was legit a different experience, and it was refreshing.
It was, and we met, like Charlie said, so many cool people, and it's turned out to be a huge blessing for the show. Destin, that was on last week, we met him at the show, and man, I'm excited for next year, especially with the changes coming up.
We're jacked about next year.
Yeah.
We truly are.
Yeah.
We didn't really know when we started like what to expect, and we checked out a couple different venues around Cleveland, Akron, pretty much anywhere we could find in Northeast Ohio, and just none of them were the right kind of venue. And so we ended up finding the Metroplex in Youngstown, and we knew that like the vision we had for that show, it wasn't going to last long. We just didn't think it'd only be 3 years.
Yeah, I was the one critique I had was it felt like tight, but it wasn't bad. It was just like hard to maneuver around the like 6,000 people that were crammed in there. It was awesome.
It was.
But I was like, man, it'd be sweet to see this in a big venue, which is awesome that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So pumped, man, pumped for it. It's always a great time. If you've never been to a fishing expo, this is the one to go to. If you're in our area, or if you're not, come and visit.
Come on over.
We're trying to get Cam from Backbone Coffee.
Okay.
I'm talking to him. I'm like, dude, you got to come up to this because it's fun, and I didn't see very many coffee vendors. It'd be sweet to hook them up.
Cam, we're looking for a title sponsor. Just throwing that out there.
Just saying, Cam.
We can make it happen. Well, we can't make it happen, but you guys can make it happen. So we're just here.
We can be the facilitators.
Thanks for the coffee.
Yeah.
But man, it's so good to have you in studio today. I always love when we have guests in-house because it kind of just feels more personal, and you get the real vibe of the show and all the behind-the-scenes things. But man, we're so grateful for all. We've only known you for like a few months, and it feels like you're just one of our friends. So that's a cool thing, and it speaks to his character, and there's a lot more to you than business, man, and we're going to get into that today. But you do run the Great Lakes Fishing Expo and owner of Heritage Roofing.
Yep.
Which crazy stuff is happening. If you're not from Northeast Ohio, lots of weird.
We went through a hurricane last week.
Like apocalyptic kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Last Friday, so we're recording a week ahead, and legit like hurricane force winds in Northeast Ohio. Like we were over 80 miles an hour wind gusts. And man, if you need your roof redone, I know a guy.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good guy too, I think.
I think so.
Oh, me?
Oh no.
No, he's the guy. I don't
You
do
don't
roofing.
do roofing.
I've done. Yeah. No, I would carry like the shingles for him maybe or something like that. I'd be like the grunt work. That's what I'm good for.
Yeah.
Moving, breaking my back.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Grunt work. That's what.
Right.
That's what. Everybody needs that though.
Yeah.
But I went to drive home during all of that chaos.
Yeah, he called me, and he's like, I'm blowing off the road right now.
Yeah, and I go down Center Road. We live out by the Portage Lakes area, or I live out by the Portage Lakes area. I'm driving down Center Road. I see the gas station, the Marathon on the corner. The whole canopy had blown off the top of the gas station and is in the side lot. The house next door, the roof is all torn up. All the things are messed up. and it's just trees down everywhere. And miraculously, we had power the whole time,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah, most of Talmadge was without power, but I had it the whole time, thankfully. But I drove up to Chapel Hill to grab Chick-fil-A. Shameless plug there. I'll plug Chick-fil-A whenever I can. You want to sponsor the show? Go ahead.
Yeah, give us a free number one or something. Like, get something out of that.
Yeah.
But I drove up there, and the Circle K on the corner, the canopy had completely lifted up, and it was crazy.
So
it was a crazy storm.
Crazy. On top of that, we have a saint in our church, Brother Terry. Shout out, Brother Terry. He's not listening. He doesn't know what this is, but love you, Brother Terry. He's driving. He stops at that Circle K to get gas, and I'm pulling in because we had an event here that got canceled, unfortunately, because the power was out. So I drove here, and he comes pulling into the parking lot, and I'm already like out of my car because I had to come pick up my wife from this event. She was supposed to sing. It was supposed to be this thing, and it got canceled, so I had to come and get her. And Brother Terry comes pulling in, and I look over, and he rolls his window down, and he goes, "Brother Charlie," he's like, "You're never gonna believe what just happened." I'm like, "Are you all right? Like, is everything okay?" He's like, "Go take a look at the back of my car." I go back to the back of his car, and it's halfway gone. Like, the whole back windshield's blown out. It's smashed in, and I'm like, "Brother Terry, you all right?" Like, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "You'll never believe it. I was filling up gas at the Circle K up there, and the whole gas station fell on my car." And I'm like, "Sounds like you're getting a new car." Like,
Yeah.
crazy. But it was story after story from that. And I'm looking around, I'm like, selfishly, I was like, well, Aaron's about to have some good business come in for Heritage Roofing because this is crazy.
Yeah. Now, how do you respond to that? Because obviously, you don't want to see stuff happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good for business, right?
It's incredible for business. And I tell people, like, we hope for the worst, best scenario. So, like, we don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want any pets to die.
Yeah.
But if they have damage to their home, we'd love to help fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of our mindset. Like, we're just there to help you. And if that turns into a paycheck for us, great. If not, then that's cool too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And man, it speaks to the character of the person too. It's not always about the profit, you know. It's about helping people. And man, like, we're trying to do that with the show too, you know. Like, yeah, we want to make money off of it. We want to grow. We want it to hit a certain level. We believe in what we're doing, but the point of it is to just relate with people, help people through their day. So many of the Christian podcasts out there is just a tight sermon and it's released, which is great. I listen to those and I want those. And if you're part of those, come on the show. We'd love to hear your word. But we wanted something that the everyday man could just listen to, or family, or, you know, throw it on in the car, and it's not going to be offensive. It's going to be encouraging. It's going to be funny. There's going to be moments where you laugh, maybe where you know, feel the word of God in there. But that's the goal, man, is just to help people, you know, and be there for people. And it's always encouraging when businesses, especially in that kind of situation, have people in mind over the profit at first. You know, like, obviously you need to make a living, but helping people is the goal, and that's always great. That's hard to find.
It's super rare. That's what I was going to say is you don't see that anymore. It's look out for the paycheck, and that's about it, and forget that there's a person behind those numbers. So it's awesome to hear that your guys is like full on premise of the business is, hey, I'm just here to help you, and the paycheck will come, and I mean, it's going to, but we're here to help.
Yeah.
I mean, that's people dealing with their roof blown off. That's a scary situation. So to kind of be that calm after the storm that's awesome.
Yeah. I got home today and the sump pump went out at my house.
Oh, good.
So we got this little siphon thing getting all the water from the deal, and I'm like, that's stressful, but at least there's a roof on my house. There's people like going through way bigger deals than that, and so like I can't imagine coming home and just, you know, chaos.
Or
It's
waking up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and you
Oh
have
my
a
goodness.
tree limb in your bedroom.
Yeah, it's wild. We got a tree out in our front yard. It's like the only big tree that's left. And then, you know, we got pine trees in the back, but it makes me nervous. It's like right on the corner. I'm like, if this goes down, it's going down on my bedroom, you know, which I'm like, I'm glad it would be me, but I hope it doesn't happen, you know.
No, I mean, fortunately, we have building codes that, like, it can handle a pretty decent sized tree.
Yeah.
But it's just that uncertainty, and you just never know.
It had to have been like 7 or 8 years ago. I will not say the other.
What?
number thing that we keep saying and get my kindergarten class all riled up.
Oh.
It was 7. It was 7 or 8 years ago, or 7 or 6 years ago. Let's say it like that. I know I'm on a tangent, but I just did our hockey game, and it was like the final score, and I was like, all right. I run the kids hockey, field hockey thing at our school here, Coach Griffin, and it's at the last game of the season. I'm like, all right, the final score, Blue gets 6, and it's 6-7, and they all went 6-7, and they freaked out. Even the parents were like, oh, and I'm like, come on, you're supposed to be the help here.
Yeah.
Which is wild, but it's funny. I don't even remember what we were talking about because that light just went out.
Yeah, we just lost the light.
But
That's okay.
It's all right. It still looks fine.
Hey, speaking of stuff falling from the sky, did you guys see that meteor today?
I didn't see it, but I felt it.
It's crazy.
Nuts. My boss calls me and, hey, did you just hear a loud boom? And apparently, I go on social media. Apparently, a meteor fell out of the sky in Northeast Ohio today over Lake Erie.
That's wild.
Something you never anticipate ever hearing about. But apparently, NASA's confirmed it. There's fragments all over Medina County of a meteor, 6 to 7 feet and 8 tons. Oh, look at that.
There it is again. See, it's never ending. I thought the phase was over. Like, I thought it was it's finally passed on. Being a teacher, you hear all these brain rot terms, and they come and go, and then it just doesn't go away. But when the kindergartners start saying it, it's on its way out. So,
Yeah.
I hope so.
I really do, man.
Now, my middle schooler yells at my elementary son.
Don't say that anymore.
Yeah, that's not even cool anymore.
It was the great meme reset.
Yeah.
Like people are always.
We just got our uniforms for our baseball team, and one of the kids picked 667 because
Of course
that.
he did. 100%.
And well, there was 6 kids that wanted it, and only 1 kid got it, obviously. But we got our uniforms last night, and I saw that, and I'm like, man, I hope you were good with having that huge number for the rest of the year. Now that you're not saying 6-7 anymore. So
yeah, it's interesting how stuff like that just carries on and drags on. But this meteorite, man, like you sent me this video today. So we took our school to Fannie Mae Chocolate Factory for a field trip today, and used to be Harry London. And so we did this chocolate factory thing, which it was like a whiteout. And I'm like, it's March 17th. Like,
Yeah.
What are we doing with the weather? Like, can we just move on? But we were at the chocolate factory, and there was a 22-car pileup on 76 on our way there. And I'm like, but we stopped and we prayed.
it's
but
Northeast Ohio.
Fortunately, it was on the opposite end, and we could get off, and it was fine. But it was, man, crazy. I guess it was just a snow wall. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And we went there, and but apparently it was around similar. Was that meteorite today?
Yeah, it was between, they said 8:50 to 9 a.m.
Yeah. So which is wild. But yeah, I guess a meteorite over Cleveland.
44,000 miles an hour is why it made that boom when it entered the atmosphere.
And you showed me this video. We'll put it up on the screen. But somebody's garage cam. Hopefully
Crazy
this plays.
stuff. It looks, man, you don't want to, never
But
mind.
you could
Not
see
going to
it.
say what I was going to say about the events in the world going on right now. And then you see stuff like
Yeah.
that and it scares you.
Makes you nervous.
Yeah.
They like to see a legit fireball in the sky. That's kind of terrifying.
Signs of the times.
It is. It's wild, all the things that's happening. But it's crazy. You wouldn't think a meteor just, out of nowhere,
Out of space.
out of somewhere.
Out of somewhere.
Wonder if it passed the moon, David.
I don't know.
We're not gonna go there today. But yeah, sometimes stuff like these storms just come out of nowhere, and whether it affects your roof or there's a pile up on the highway, the storms just kind of pop up in life, and you have to navigate that. And when you're a dad, I don't know. I've only been a dad for 9 years now, so I got a lot ahead of me. I realize that. Like, I've been working in youth ministry for 13 years, but I've never raised a teenager. And so I'm always looking towards people,
Yeah.
like you, who are where I'm going to be, and I want to get their perspective on things like this because it matters to me. Big part of the reason we do this show, if we never get the silver play button or the gold play button or the hundreds of thousands of viewers, if we never get that, I do have something very special to me where my kids can come back and they can listen to what dad thought on everyday life for 73 episodes or 100 episodes or 1,000 episodes, however far God wants to take this. And for them to have that living legacy of my thoughts on faith in everyday life, that's priceless to me. So that's what my main driver is. But, I want them to, I want to have that perspective. We have people on all the time that, that are places where we are looking to be or will eventually be at. And so we want your perspective on that. First of all, who are you when you're not, Heritage Roofer owner or Great Lakes Fishing Expo owner?
Yeah. I've been married. April will be 22 years. I'm pretty young, so 22 years is, I think for anyone, is a big accomplishment. But
Yeah.
to be 42 and married 22 years, it's huge. And then I have a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old. So really, I'm dad.
Yeah.
I'm husband and dad, and everything else is just passions and hobbies, and but really, that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything else went away, I'd still be that.
Yeah. And that's like where you find the meaning, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, you have an incredible expo that we love and we shout it out all the time because it was such a fun experience for us. The hot dogs did destroy my stomach. That wasn't a part of the episode or it was tough. It was good, but it was a rough evening afterwards. But we talk about it all the time, and it's a great expo. And it's impressive how fast it's grown in just a few short years, and we're excited to see where that goes. And same thing with your business, how God's been able to support you and help you grow that from the ground up. And it's incredible those things that you're doing, those building things that you're doing. We talk about this all the time too. I feel like there's a piece of us because we're created in God's image. God was a creator. And so a little bit of every individual, there's some desire to build or create.
Yeah.
At least for me, that's how it works. And I think it's just a part of us that, if we're in his image, we're going to take on some of his characteristics and attributes. And part of that is just creating. And so it's incredible to see somebody build so many different things that are successful. But, while you're building, how do you protect the thing that matters the most?
I'll say anyone that has a business or even a podcast, you can get so consumed by that. And so it's important for me to kind of have, I don't know, you guys ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
How he has that little spinny thing and that's how he knows he's in the Matrix. So that's kind of my wife and my kids. Like they're just a constant reminder, like, hey, Dad,
Yeah.
play a game with me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, come hang out in my bedroom and just be there. Or my wife will be like, we're overdue for a date.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like helping me refocus and be like, all right, I need to close the laptop for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I don't want to say that I have an amazing work ethic. I have an addictive work ethic. And so if there's something I can do, that's where I tend to go first, unless something else is on the schedule. And so like I'll be up after everyone goes to bed. I'll just open up my laptop and just work just because I can. And so just keeping the right focus, honestly, like, and it's not easy for me to do. So I need them to remind me from time to time.
Yeah. I can relate with that. We talked about this.
That's what I was going to say a few weeks ago. My youngest daughter, she just turned 6. She came up to me and she said, "Daddy, will you come color with me?" And I was in the middle of doing all of the podcast stuff. I was scheduling clips. I was full like work mode. And she looked at me and she said, "Can you just come color with me?" And in a moment, it was like the Lord just stopped me in my tracks and was like, "Hey, these moments are only going to happen for so long.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be gone." She's only going to ask that question for just a little while.
Well, and the more you say no, the shorter that time period comes.
Yeah. And so I did. I went and colored with her. But she has no problem telling me, "Why are you always on your computer?
Yeah.
Like, can you come? Can we go for a walk? Can we go do that?" And we'll go on our little nature walks and different things like that. And I bragged about this with Destin. I have managed to create 2 little girls that love fishing. and love eating steelhead, which half of our audience is going to hate that statement and half of them will be like, right on, man, that's
Yeah.
awesome. But so I'm happy that they're enjoying some of the hobbies that I like, but you know, you got to just, sometimes you just got to put the work down and or like shift it in, you know, and focus on the things that matter the most, because like you said, these things that we're building are all important, they're all great, but the thing, if all of the other things go away, these things are still here, and that's what matters the most. And so man, I thank you for your perspective on that. It's tough when you're trying to do so many things and juggle so many things.
Especially when you're passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easy for me to be like, oh, I have to go help this person. Well, I still have other responsibilities,
Yeah.
right? Like, can I send another guy to go do that, or can that wait until another day?
Yeah.
So
I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, is delegating. Not necessarily struggle with it, but if I can do it, why wouldn't I do it?
yeah,
That's something that I struggle with. That's something, I'll speak for my wife. That's something she struggles with.
Better be careful.
Oh, I know. But I think a lot of people struggle with that. If I can take care of it, why don't I just go take care of it? But to that point too, you have people that can do it.
yeah,
You have people that you can trust that can do it, and you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So if you have something that you can kind of, not, I don't want to say hand off to somebody, but something that somebody else can take care of, yeah, it's important to trust them to do that.
Yeah.
And to spend that time with family, spend that time with friends, spend that time doing a hobby that you're passionate about as well. I think that's important as well. Obviously, we need to spend time with our family, our friends, but find something that you're interested in and to jump into that as well.
Yeah, I think it's hard. You know, being honest and candid, it's hard sometimes when like you have this vision of something to delegate like that. Like we sat down, you know, as a podcast. We've been friends since we were 8, and so we grew up in youth group together. We, you know, our wives were friends. You know, so we've been together forever. And we sat down and we just had a conversation like, hey, and his wife looked at me and said, hey, what can you have me do? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm doing all of it, you know,
Yeah.
like, and she's like, listen, like, you got to delegate. If this is going to go where you want it to go, you got to be able to hand off some things. And we had a really, you know, productive meeting and conversation about all those things. And man, the future looks great here. But for me, I got to be willing to be like, I don't need to micro focus on every little aspect of the show anymore. You know, I have people that can help with that. And so it's a hard thing to do when you're so, you know, focused.
But
on
that's
what you're
why it's
doing.
important to surround yourself with people that you trust as well.
Yeah.
Because you can hand those things off and trust that that vision, that baby that you've created, can continue to grow into what you envision for it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we harp on this a lot, but it's important who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, 100%. So is there like, you know, we've talked. Feel free to share or not share as much as you want, but with your roofing company, with Heritage, go into why you started that.
So, man, I mean, I was building things as long as I can remember. I built a little tree house about 3 feet off the ground when I was probably like 6 or 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember the door very vividly. Yeah, right. It was the front of an old dryer,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow I managed to like make that the door so you could open it up. And just growing up playing with Legos, and so like you were saying, like something in me just always wanted to build and create. And so I went into the Army, and then when I got back, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I got a job as an electrician, and then worked my way up through different construction roles. Um, and I worked for a custom builder that ended up closing down. And the roofing company that did our work was like, hey, you seem like a phenomenal guy. Like, we really want you to come work with us. Looking back, he just wanted a sales guy that could talk. But it worked out really well for me because I do love helping people. Sales came super natural to me. And then there was an opportunity to start a gutter company because the company that was doing the gutters for that particular roofing company was kind of going in a different direction. So I was like, well, I'll buy a gutter machine, and I just proved that I can sell. So it should be pretty easy transition. That was really successful. Um, but for whatever reason, that roofing piece just kind of hung with me.
Yeah.
Um, it's like when you step on a piece of toilet paper and it just stays on your shoe. Like it was just always there.
Yeah.
That is a phenomenal analogy.
Yeah.
And so my partner in the roofing company, um, he was kind of in a transition period in life, and he was like, I just want to do something different and better. And I was like, all right, I'm glad you said that because here's my vision. And like I had already had like the logos and the name and kind of everything in the works for probably about a year. And then when he said that, it was just God kind of bringing us together, um, and it made sense for him and his family, and we were kind of already shifting that way, anyways. Um, and he's like the best compliment that I could ask for. So he came from like a production warehouse managing side,
Okay.
and so he's incredibly detail focused, detail oriented, um, and I came from the construction background side, and so uh, and I'm ADHD, and so like I'm all over the place, and
Mhm.
so um, we really complement each other really, really well.
I'm not diagnosed, but everybody's pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I can
think-
relate.
I think you know how the Bible says we all have a measure of faith. I think we all have a measure of ADHD
Yeah.
in some sort of fashion.
Listen, that's not a jab at all. Like,
No, I
I
think
think it's a superpower.
I do
honestly.
too. You just have to harness
100%.
it. Mm-hmm.
And so both him and I, we kind of grew up in church together. He was my best friend's little brother, and um, so the faith aspect was really important to us, because a lot of roofing companies have a bad reputation. It's not necessarily the company itself; it's more the salespeople.
Yeah.
And so, if a door-to-door salesperson comes to your door in roofing, you're like, please go away.
Yeah.
I don't trust you and I don't even know you. And so there's a really bad stigma with that. And so we just want to be different. We wanted to treat people better. We want to be honest and upfront and give people a great price. And so uh, just keeping that, like, we're going to serve people first. And then whatever happens in the business, we're just trusting that as long as we're faithful and doing the right thing, God will bless it. And I mean, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you've done some work for a couple of our friends. Troy Brown.
Mhm.
He was, you know,
It's gutters, right?
yeah, I think
Yep.
so. He's got it a couple years ago. He had nothing but good things to say. And you know, there's when you find people like that, it's hard to not see it. And it's tough because you're the people that you're meeting are in like one of the worst days of their life, you
Yeah.
know, and it's hard. And I've seen the clips that you're talking about of those salesmen coming door to door, and it's like HOA, you know, homeowners associations, and they're like freaking out, and there's like little clips, and there is a stigma on it. So when you find people who are really about people, it's important,
Yeah.
you know, to stick with them. And
So with that, one thing that you kind of said there that stuck with me is finding a way to help people, finding a unique way to help people. I think that's overlooked a lot. I talked about it in the past, but I worked for a funeral home for a while. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about that, it sounds weird to say enjoyed working with a funeral home, but was helping people in a very unique way. And I think that sometimes that kind of gets overlooked with the service industry or construction industry or anything like that is, hey, the main goal is to help people. And you have found a very unique way to serve the Lord and help them. And that's awesome. That's awesome that you've kind of given it to God and watched God bless it.
Yeah, and I have several stories where I've just sat at the kitchen table with a homeowner while they cry,
Mhm.
and it's not even about roofing, honestly, or a tree coming down or some kind of catastrophe. Like they trusted me enough through the process, um, and saw me as a person, and I saw them as a person, and then they just started opening up, and I'm like, hey, can I pray with you?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other contractors out there that kind of share in that. It's just few and far between.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's important. And I want to hit on this a little bit before we go to an ad break. But man, you know, I think it's important, you know, growing up in youth group, there's always this thing, you're going to feel the call of God. And 99 people run to the front of the altar. I'm going to be a preacher or not going to be a preacher. And I think what needs to be said, because I had that moment and I didn't want that at all. And I never imagined it would be through something like this ever. But God is calling people, Christians, his people, to different fields to minister.
There's platforms all over the place. Your platform might not look like the front of a church.
What you did when you sat down with that homeowner is just as valuable as any message that I've preached. That moment of ministering, that one-on-one moment, those things that can I pray with you? Brother Terry pulling into the parking lot. You'll never believe what happened. Well, thank God, Brother Terry, you're okay. Like, that meant more to him probably than any message that I've spoke to him, like just being there in a moment of chaos for him, And I think it's important that, any young person listening, God's going to use you. We're in the end times. Like, it's wrapping up. I believe that. And everybody's going to be a preacher. It just might not look like what you think it'll look like. It might look like sitting down with somebody, hey, you need a new roof. I know this is a tough season. Let me pray with you.
Yeah.
It might look like that, and that's okay. And I feel like that needs to be said. A lot of times we glorify certain ministries over the others, and God's called. I'm not going to get into the fivefold ministries on this podcast, but there's room for everybody to be a minister. And
no, and I heard something incredible the other day, and I'm sure it's not new, but I was watching something, and he said, there's 5 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and us. Like, people see Christ through us and how we live, and I'm surprised I hadn't heard it before, but like, it just kind of affirmed what we do, and
absolutely,
and it was really awesome.
In the book of Acts never ended,
right?
So like that's where we're at. We're in those seasons, and we got to share the gospel with everybody, and sometimes we do it this weird way where we're talking about Bigfoot and aliens and all kinds of different things. How can you tie that to Jesus? Watch us. It'll happen somehow. We'll figure it out.
Well, it's been an exciting week for Bigfoot too here.
Oh, all over Portage County. I told him we missed an opportunity to go out and do something on site.
Oh, man. Yeah, there was like 4 sightings.
7.
7?
Yep.
Oh, it's
7
growing.
sightings.
Salt Fork's about to hit a pop.
Oh, man.
And they better get their business together.
Not only, man,
Speaking of people you can help, you need to contact Salt Fork State Lodge. We do our fall retreat there sometimes. They need some help. Renovations. Salt Fork, hire Heritage Roofing to come handle all of the chaos that you're going. We love you. We've been with you a while, but we're looking for somewhere else because it was tough last season. But they host the annual Bigfoot.
Hey, is it coincidence that Bigfoot shows up and the meteors fall out of the sky?
I don't know. But they host the annual Bigfoot festival or something, and they always have, like, the Finding Bigfoot people are there speaking. That'd be a sweet place to do a podcast.
That'd be fun. It'd be something.
But yeah, it's been
some kind of people.
Wild week. I'm just saying it wouldn't affect my beliefs at all if he existed. I don't think he does, but
I think it's
what
bears. I think it is and what I hope it is right now. We talked about this in the episode with the elk, the reintroduction of the elk, and then a couple weeks ago with the reintroduction of the lake sturgeon. I would love it if black bears made a comeback in Northeast Ohio.
At Mogador last season when I was hunting, I was on my way out on the hiking trail, and there's probably like 3 inches of snow, and there's a black bear.
Oh man, that's awesome!
If I can find it, I'll send you guys the photo.
Yeah.
So allegedly, the church next door informed us that there was a bear in the backwoods here. They found.
I believe it, man. A couple years ago, there was one in Goodyear Metro Park. There was that bobcat sighting all over North Carolina, Northeast Ohio recently too. Man, I love to see the wildlife making a rebound.
But I've walked out. It's probably coyotes, but I've walked out. I opened the daycare portion here too. I've walked out to gut piles, parking lot. Like, stuff's out here. We have trappers come out and take care of the coyotes and stuff every once in a while. But in city, there's like all kinds of rules and regulations. They won't let you do anything.
Hey, before we go to a break, you're talking about trappers and animals. Last week, and we didn't shout it out. Last week was Charlie's birthday.
Oh.
And we did not put anything out on Instagram, but I got him something.
Oh, boy. Surprises.
Little gift for your birthday. It's going to jump out at you.
Oh, it's going to jump out at me. I'm expecting an animal or a rodent. That's awesome.
If everybody remembers the story of Charlie's possum encounter in his garage, got him a nice little possum hat here.
Love it, man. That's awesome. Jared's going to appreciate that. So, We'll go to an ad, but don't go anywhere. We got an ad. Don't go anywhere. Sorry, this is always just I'm going to check out that light.
Did you listen to the episode with this
44.
possum thing? So we had gone out. It was before we went out and we did a marathon day of steelhead. We hit like a bunch of rivers up in near Painesville, all across Lake County, and we went out to Fin Feather Fur and like loaded up on stuff. Come back and there's a possum in his house just going to town on a bucket of pears that somebody had given them. And he's like, I don't know what to do with this thing. He sent us a video. It's hissing at him and everything. And he finally leaf blower, right? Leaf blower and pushed him out. And just a funny story.
I was walking out of I hunt Mogador a lot.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the trail with my headlamp on, and I just saw two glowing eyes. And when I got closer, you could see that it was a possum, and it just wouldn't move. And like I'm like kind of stepping towards it, like with my foot, thinking it's about to latch on to my toe, and it just stayed there. And so I was like, all right, I'll leave this poor guy alone. I'm not gonna torture him. Probably terrified.
I told this story on the podcast when that happened to him, but probably about 5 years ago at this point, my neighbor, he's passed on since, but raccoons were digging up his yard, and he was not happy.
Hey, we're going to come back on this.
Okay.
Because this is a good story.
Yeah.
And it was a long time ago. And we're back. So, man, a couple months ago, I came home to the garage. We just went to Fin Feather Fur, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were getting...
That's a mouthful, by the way.
Fin Feather Fur. We're getting steelhead stuff because we were going to do a trip in the morning. He got new waders, and I just used duck waders. But we got all this gear. And I come home, and I'm like packing my bag, getting everything ready, throwing some protein bars in there, doing all the things. And I look over, and church communities always are handing out stuff. My wife does a big garden. Somebody gave us like 2 5-gallon bucketfuls of pears. And I get home, and I open the garage doors open. And get home and come in because my wife has this habit of just leaving the garage door open. Come into the garage, start packing out all my new stuff, and I look over, and there's this like 20-pound possum just going to town on my pears, and I'm like, no, like, oh, I can't eat them now. Like they're done. Like this is it. And like it was a whole ordeal of me trying to get this possum out. And I'm not like used to handling that kind of thing. You never know what's going on, but it was super chill, and it was just eating all my pears. And there's a video of this somewhere. I don't have it handy, but I'm like trying to poke it with a fishing rod, trying to get it out. And I was like, I should have just netted this thing. But
I told him to just put a glove on and grab it.
I should have. But then it could have bit me, and it could have had rabies, and it would have been a whole nother story.
I don't think it had rabies. It was chilling, eating some pears. But funny story with that, my neighbor, he's passed on now, but it's like 5 years ago at this point. Norm, great guy, but he had some raccoons digging his yard. He noticed the little holes in the yard for grubs and stuff like that. And he was having none of that. So he called a pest control exterminator, come and set some traps. So he had set the traps, and he knew I work from home. So anytime he would catch anything, he's come knocking on my door. Hey, Dave, I got another one. Can you come help me move the trap and reset the trap? And a couple times he caught the neighbor's cat. We didn't tell the neighbor, but a couple times I had to let the cat out because he did not understand how the traps worked. And he comes to the door. He goes, Dave, I caught this raccoon. I've never seen one that looks like this before. I think all the hair's off of its tail, and it just something's wrong with it. Can you come take a look? He got a big old possum, and he goes, watch this. And he kicks the pot, and it plays dead, plays possum.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, Norm, have you never heard the term playing possum before? He goes, yeah, I didn't realize that's what this came from. Like, yeah, that's what they do. But he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what it was.
Good old Norm.
Good old Norm. My son, he would have been 3 at the times out there. Like, Dad, what's going on?
What's that weird looking raccoon thing?
Yeah.
But it was good memories, good time.
Yeah. I eventually got the possum out with a air blower.
Okay.
That sent him running. He couldn't play anymore. But it was frustrating. Throw away, 20 pounds of pears. That was upsetting.
I
but
think you should have taken the chances on
it. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Sorry to the sister and the saint who gave us those, expecting that we would, eat them. Possum got
Fed a possum.
Dude, I started taking creatine, David.
Every day?
Everyday creatine. And not just any creatine, first form creatine.
That's the only creatine I take.
It's amazing. I would say it's delicious, but it's unflavored, but it doesn't mix. You know how like old creatine got kind of clumpy at the bottom? And
Little
it tastes,
gritty.
Yeah, it was like sand.
Yeah.
Not like first form's creatine. You should be taking creatine. Helps your brain.
Yeah, not only does it help you when you're working out and you're trying to gain a little bit more muscle mass, trying to look a little bit better, but creatine also, studies show it helps you mentally. So taking first form creatine every day, not only good for your physical health, but your mental health as well.
Creatine. Get you some creatine.
First form.
Creatine. First form creatine. First form.
Creatine.
Creatine.
First form.
First form. Anyways, a lot of weird creatures showing up. You know, all the big. We said there was a bear behind the church. I remember seeing one in high school on Congress Lake Road, and so I do think they're coming back. I'd
love to see it. I think it's cool. Let Ohio get wild like it used to be.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. It's always interesting working here. You see so many crazy things. I saw like I had to have been like it was either somebody let a ferret loose, like a pet, or it was like some kind of weasel or mink or something. But it was just like gliding through the air. It was doing one of these things. I'm like,
gliding through the air?
Yeah, it was like hopping and it just
okay.
like it was like serpentine style in the air.
Man,
and I'm like, what am I seeing?
Have you seen all the videos of the otters in Kent?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen those?
Yeah,
that's cool.
They just had a pair that was like playing on the ice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
This was about 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, downtown Kent on the river, just otters.
And there was a story in Singapore where a woman was out jogging and a gang of otters attacked her. Like attacked her. A gang of otters attacked her.
It's got a red bandana on.
Bro, no, legitimately, they ganged up on the woman who was jogging. And I told them, otters are my wife's favorite animal. I'm like, they'll rip your face off. You better be careful when you're around them because they get aggressive. I think they're cool, but you gotta watch out.
Animals.
Just be on the good side.
I've seen
that otter gang coming after you.
I'm pretty confident I saw one on the Grand.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
for sure.
Yeah, I know there's beaver up there.
We won't say where. People are sensitive about their steelhead spots.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that in our first couple of years of steelhead fishing.
You just need to drop a couple like grid digits every now and then, and like let them piece it together.
Man, yeah. It gets ugly online for sure.
My take on it is, man, the outdoors is for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to have.
You're gonna get.
I know. That's fine.
It's all right.
I know that we like our spots. We have our spots, and I would never say specifically where we fish. But the more people we can get outdoors enjoying God's creation,
100%.
the better it is for everybody.
100%.
Outdoors is like therapy. Being in the river,
Yes.
being in the stand, it's like therapy. It's where men are supposed to be, in my opinion. I think we're supposed to be outside in some sort of fashion.
Yeah.
Finding the spot is kind of like part of the journey too, right? Like, you don't want to just go out and catch fish every day. Like, it's got to be a process. Like, you got to grow into being a good angler.
Yep, absolutely, 100%.
Part of fishing with him is you're gonna go for a hike. He's like never in one spot too long. We've walked like 6 or 7 miles, you know.
Yeah, I like just like being outside. I like going on an adventure.
That's not a bad thing. We found so many good spots that way. Just hang out with the right people.
Yeah. No, I have a boat.
Yeah.
If I don't like the spot I'm in, I'm just gonna fire up the motor and go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to find the fish.
Yeah. So we do have another story. I'm trying to be mindful of the time. We do have another story. This stood out to me. Crazy thing that happened. There was a kid who walked out into the woods, and it was in central Idaho, I think. And he goes out hunting with his dad and his sister. Gets lost in the woods, and runs up on another guy's camp. And it's just a guy out there camping, and he's in a t-shirt and jeans and a rifle, and that's all he has. So imagine like you're packing out camp, and you got everything set up for you, and it's just you out there, and a teenager comes up with just a shirt and a rifle and asks you the question, "Can you please help me?" Like, that was his situation. He got turned around somewhere in the woods. And,
The kid did, not the
the kid, not the
Right.
main guy.
So you sent me this story today, and reading through it, I think it was Outdoor Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That posted this story, and kid, it's about dusk, and temperatures dropping quick, Guy set up. It's remote. You said it's central Idaho, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remote Idaho, and sun is going down quick. Temperatures dropping quick, and guy set up camp. And can you help me,
Yeah, that's all you see.
kid?
Middle of the night. Can you help me? Wild. Like, obviously yes, but I'd panic.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, I'd freak out a little. But obviously, I'd try to help. But this kid's just in, a shirt, jeans, and a rifle. And that's all he's got. No pack, no supplies, nothing. And he got turned around. We'll just call him Jake. But the boy, he was hunting with his dad and his sister. He gets turned around, chases a deer, gets locked in, and loses direction, and winds up wandering into somebody's camp hours later, just completely lost, all alone, and runs up on a good Samaritan, thankfully.
Yeah.
He left his pack behind because he was searching for something. He was looking for that deer that he was trailing. And temperatures dropped to the 20s. It was in October, I think. This happened. Drop into the 20s. He's in a t-shirt. He's just walking, trying to find anything. And at one point, he fires 2 shots, hoping that somebody would hear him, come help him. I can't imagine what the dad's thought in this moment is, but it's a crazy story, crazy situation. And the part that gets me is that he almost went the wrong way. He passes the road. He ends up deeper into the woods, and it's freezing. And it could have ended really negatively for this young man, but instead he walks into this guy named Nick's camp.
Yeah. What he tells Nick too is he was, like Charlie said, he was chasing a doe, and he just got carried away with it. And I mean, there's a good end to the story here. Is they end up getting him back to his dad and his family. Here he was 8 miles from where his dad was. Him and his dad were hunting. He just got lost chasing it, stuck in that pursuit, focused on that doe, and 8 miles away from his family, lost in the woods. Like you said, I can't imagine what the dad was thinking. One thing that kind of stuck with me after reading this story was the dad's reaction was, all right, let's go, after they get him back to his dad. But thinking about it, the dad would have had time to process everything that's going on. Probably just thankful that his son is alive at this point and found. But man, this story really made me think about what we were talking about earlier, where, man, you can just get so focused on the pursuit that nothing else matters. And if you're not careful, you lose everything because you're so focused on that thing that you're chasing.
Yeah, you leave what's important behind in pursuit of your target. It makes me, like you said, it kind of ties right back into what we were talking about a little bit ago. You gotta keep a hold of what matters most. And thankfully, this young man found a good guy, that took care of him and got him back to where he was supposed to be. But it's important not to get turned around. It's so easy to drift off course.
Yeah, and two, I really didn't think about how much this story ties into what we were talking about until just now. But to what Aaron said too, the guy that he found, Nick, you called his name Nick, was that good Samaritan? Was that good light to? Can you imagine if he would have walked up on somebody that would have just turned their back on him?
Well, and it was probably quite literally a light. Like it was probably a campfire or something like that the kid found. And
Yeah.
No, I mean it's crazy too because like I've been out there tracking deer and like I'm zigzagging all over the woods, just literally like with no direction or no path. I mean, maybe a trail that you can follow, but I mean, even in our lives, like hopefully most people have some sort of calling or purpose or some kind of direction that they know they're heading in, and if they veer off a little bit, they know how to get right back. But this kid had no path, he had no direction, and then when it got dark, like when times get dark, right? Like we don't know where to turn, or most people don't know where to turn.
Yeah.
And so it's important to have that something to look for.
Yeah, and one thing you said too was he probably saw that campfire light. Is probably what drew him in. You don't have that light burning in you. You're that campfire light to people you may never even meet, but just to let that light shine through you. It's gonna sound cliche, but this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Right, that song we all heard in Sunday school. We all heard it growing up. It's so true. If you let that light diminish in you, you don't know how many people are going to wander away that you would never even realize that you were affecting.
Right. There's two sides of this story. It's one, two lessons you can learn from this story, from the perspective of the kid. Don't get so focused on the target that you leave important things behind or lose sight of what's important in life. And then uh, the man, the good Samaritan that helped the boy out, like you said, you gotta be intentional with your, for all the believers listening, you gotta be intentional with your walk with God.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta keep that fire burning. It's been a theme in our church lately, keeping the fire burning. And what I mean by that is like you've got to let, like he said, let your light shine, and you have to have a real relationship with the Lord, because when you have a real relationship with the Lord, when you're praying, when you're the best version of you, people notice.
Yeah.
And people see. And that boy saw the fire. He saw the smoke. He saw the fire. He saw something that attracted him to the right person to get the help that he needed. And how many people out there, are lost and just in darkness, and we have a fire going, you got to have the fire going so that they can see, and so that you can provide that help that we've talked about all episode long.
I want to share something, and it has like not to toot my own horn in any way, but I had a customer in Akron who had an ice dam a couple months ago, and so I went to help her. There was another contractor there to do some interior work and fix it up. And he's just kind of standing there as I'm explaining to the lady like what I think is going on with her roof. And at the end of the whole interaction, I'm leaving, he's leaving, and he said, "Hey man, like you seem pretty knowledgeable. You seem like a good guy. Like, can I get a business card from you?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, I love networking with other people." I get a call yesterday morning, and he said, "Hey, I'm at another one of my customers' houses, and I think he's got something going on with his roof because I'm here to patch the drywall." Um, I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'm 15 minutes away. I'll swing over and take a look at it." And so when I got there, I hopped up on the roof, looked around, got in the attic, looked around, and when I was leaving, uh, the homeowner said, "Hey, uh, the drywall guy kept telling me for whatever reason that you're really religious." And I don't know why he kept saying it, but he probably said it 4 or 5 times, or 6 or 7. Um, but he's like, "What'd that come from?" Or like, "Why is he telling me that?" And I was like, "I'm not sure, because like I've never had a conversation with this guy at all about anything religion." Um, but he could see that light, right? Like he knew something was different. Um, and so, like you said, like we're called to be different. We're called to be a reflection of Christ, and if we're not doing that, then uh, we need to check kind of where our relationship is with Christ, and get that fire going.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that you never know who you're affecting.
Yeah.
Like you said, you never had a conversation with him about God, about church, about religion in any short shape or fashion.
No.
But he saw that in you. He saw that fire burning. That's so awesome. That's such a testimony to your walk. That's great.
Yeah, incredible, man. Yeah, it's one of those things where you gotta be intentional.
Yeah.
We have to be intentional.
Live your life with purpose, because you're a purpose to somebody,
Yeah.
whether you realize it or not.
And you said something, that man said, religious, you're religious, you're religious, you're religious. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people call me, I'm not religious. I have a relationship with the Lord. And that relationship has led me to so much experience with the Lord that has made it so real to me. And so before anybody gets on the religion train, get a relationship with God. He'll lead you to truth. He will lead you to deeper experiences. One of the things I love about outdoors and just being out there on the water, or on the grand, just walking, or in the woods or whatever, is that you could walk the same trail a million times, you could fish the same lake a million times, but you're always going to see something different. You're always going to learn something. You're always going to see. It's always going to be a different sunset. It's always going to be a different sunrise. It's the same with your walk with God. Like there are absolutes in truth. Don't get me wrong, but there's always more for you. There's always more there for you. God always has more, and so seek it. That's good on that. But religious, okay, yeah, sure. But I have a relationship with God, and that's what I want you to have, listeners. Come to church with me, yes, but have a relationship with God. That's what's most important.
Make it personal for you too.
Yeah. But yeah, so good, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. We've had a great time. We never know where these episodes are gonna go, and we were kind of all over the place, but I like it that way. It's always more meaningful for me when we start talking, and God just kind of directs it, whether it's through I have a
Bigfoot and possums.
Bigfoot and possums. Never thought we were talking about that. Thank God we stayed away from the moon this episode, David.
I think a lot of people have stayed away from the moon.
Okay, here we go. But
have we even been there?
I don't think so.
Here we go.
I don't think so.
Here we go. And with that, we got an ad. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know we didn't go to the moon?
And how do you explain Harvest Moon?
Wait, so Backbone Coffee went to the moon?
No, they didn't go to the moon. They roasted it. Medium dark, notes of caramel, honey, and chocolate.
It tastes like lunar excellence.
Bro, this coffee tastes better than a moon landing filmed in a warehouse.
Well, whether you believe in the moon landing or not, believe in Backbone Coffee's Harvest Moon.
Roasted to order, ships fresh in 2 to 4 business days.
And you can get 15% off with the code Casting Faith.
Backbone Coffee, the Casting Faith podcast.
Fuel the grind.
Question everything.
And we're back. All right, Aaron, we got a game.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm never ready
for
it, so.
But it's okay. We're going to play the Can't Say the Same Thing game because I haven't had a better name for that. Can't Say the Same Thing game. Round 1 is camping.
Okay.
So stuff you bring camping, and we can't say the same thing. You guys ready?
No.
The best part is when it's random. So ready? I'm going to give 3 seconds. Ready? We got to say it at the same time.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Duct
Ferro
tape.
rod. What'd you say?
Duct tape.
Hammock. Duct tape.
Ferro rod. I knew you were going to say ferro rod.
Did you?
I did.
You
That
had-
was what I was going to say, and I'm like, Charlie's going to say it, so I'm not going to say it. Duct tape. Multiple uses.
Explain.
Multiple uses. You can make a hammock.
How many rolls of duct tape are you
A
carrying?
giant one.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking like one of those big, like, hotel rolls of toilet paper size duct tape.
We got one of
rolls.
them in the bathroom.
That
over
we
here.
do. That we do. You can make a hammock. You can make a net. You could make the string for a bow drill.
Fashion a kerchief of sorts.
You could make a wallet if you needed to. I feel like there is multiple uses for duct tape in a camping in a survival scenario.
Hey, fire.
Bow drill with the duct tape.
Good luck.
I
ever
know.
tried to do a bow drill?
But I knew you were going to say ferro rod, so I'm just kind of giving
tell-
myself something to talk about.
Tell
here.
me you started watching Alone
Yeah.
without telling me you started watching Alone. Have you ever seen History Channel's Alone?
Oh yeah.
I love that show.
He got me on it.
I was like, dude, you're missing out.
There's like a new version too, right? Where they like drop off 3 people, they
Yeah.
kill some kind of big game animal.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And they don't have any supplies.
There's a couple
man.
of those. Yeah, that's the Beast one or something. There's a bunch of them now, and I love it. I have this guilty thing where I'm like watching a season of that, and I just got a big sleeve of Oreos, and I'm just like, these people are starving. Like, what kind of person am I? And I mean, these Oreos, just a whole tray.
You could have done that better.
You could have done that better. Should have brought a ferro rod. No, I'm going ferro rod
I
because
like
you got
the
to start a
hammock
fire.
too.
Yeah,
I think the
hammock's a
hammock
good
was a good
call.
one because you can not only sleep in it, it could also be a roof for a shelter. I like it. That's good.
Well, we're still in.
That
We all didn't say the
That's
same
because
thing.
I know you well enough to say that you're going to say ferro rod.
Yeah.
I just
like
don't like sleeping on the ground.
I like fire.
I'm not a fan either.
Have you ever started a fire with a ferro rod?
No.
It's not easy.
I've seen you do it though.
I did it on the Grand once. I bought one just because I was watching.
When he
Alone.
gets frustrated fishing,
I just start
that's his
making
go-to.
fires.
Is he starts making fire.
So
I don't know if you're allowed to. Allegedly, I started one. I don't know if you're even allowed to do that.
I'm going to say who this is without saying who this is, but there was a local fishing expo this past weekend, very, very local to here.
Yeah.
And there was a vendor there that had these little packets. It looked like a towelette packet.
Okay.
But it was some kind of flammable substance, and it's like one strike with a ferro rod,
Sick.
and it just,
Hit us up.
That's a good call.
yeah.
I like that.
I love those things.
I was in the building that fishing show was in last night for baseball practice.
Okay. It was the JDM fishing show.
Mhm.
He's like, I'm just gonna shout him
Yeah.
out. It's all right.
They're good guys.
Rising tide lifts all Boats.
Yep.
Yep.
You could say ships too.
I-
Both work. Both float.
Tricky. Words
Raft.
get hard in an hour.
Raft.
Yeah.
Flotation device.
Duct tape is a wild
Duct
answer. All right, round 2. Are we ready?
Yeah.
This one's fun, okay? Things or places that no longer exist that we wish would come back, but we can't say the same thing.
Okay.
Ready? I got a wild one. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ponderosa.
Did we say the same thing?
Yep.
Do you remember
Told you it was gonna
Ponderosa?
happen.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even that great. But
It's
I
an
just
awesome
miss it.
sushi place now.
Is it?
Over in Kent?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It
the one
still
I'm
has
thinking
the
of.
Ponderosa vibe, but
Yeah.
like it's sushi.
It's always funny when the building gets repurposed, but you're like, I know that was a Pizza
It's
Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. Yep. Every time.
My wife and I were joking about this because we drove past all the old family videos, and all of them are a daycare now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Matt, of all the things to make it, daycare. It was a movie store.
We went and got, so Sunday in Northeast Ohio, it was 70 degrees, and now it is snowing with like an inch of snow out and bitterly cold because, Northeast Ohio. Me and David on Sunday afternoon went and did some baseball stuff. He wanted to do grounders and hitting and stuff. I'm all for it. Like, let's get outside. Let's do something. Afterward, he said, Dad, can we go get ice cream? So we went over to Handles. We parked in front of the old Blockbuster. He goes, Dad, what was this? Why is it empty? I said, it was Blockbuster, buddy.
Listen here,
What is
man.
Blockbuster? Yep. You went in and you rented movies? So my son's 8 and he only knows streaming. Like he doesn't know DVDs, doesn't know VHS, anything like that. I'm like, people would go in there and rent movies. Like, and then you had to bring them back and rewind them and
Man.
mind blown.
Yeah.
He had no idea. He's like, Dad, I still don't really understand what you're talking about. But
I don't even know what a DVD is.
A disc?
Yeah.
right.
You mean a Frisbee? I don't.
There's a retro store that's local. It's over in Green, and I'll shout him out. It's called Retro Attic.
Sweet.
Super good dude. But it's all like it's themed 80s, 90s.
Cool.
It's an old house, so each room in the house is like one setup is a kid's bedroom. Like there's an old N64 NES in the
Got
corner.
that race car bed.
Yeah, yep, and clothes, all that stuff. But one room is set up like an old Blockbuster. He's got the old shelves in there and everything. And my son's favorite movie, Space Jam. So I went and pulled the old Space Jam VHS off there and had him hold it. And he's like, Dad, what is this?
Is this a book? Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Fun.
Oh,
But both
man.
of us, we were gonna
Ponderosa. So
cross
you
over it
win.
again to say
Congratulations.
Ponderosa.
KB Toys.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Toys.
That's a good one.
KB. Dude, I remember going to KB Toys and Toys R Us, but KB Toys was in the mall.
Yep.
That was a fun
Mhm.
place, man. I remember going in, and I always ended up with some kind of tiny trinket, and it was never the thing I wanted. I always wanted like the expensive thing. And they were
I
like,
remember going in there and
you
buying
can have these jacks.
Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Yeah.
And
Do you remember Tamagotchis? We've talked about this before. Did you
Mhm.
ever
Like a
have
little keychain
Yeah.
animal digital thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
So my daughters wanted Furbies.
now it's sourdough for our generation.
100%. Did your
Gotta
wife
keep
do
it alive.
sourdough?
Nope.
Well, get ready. She's about to. If she hears
Uh,
this, my wife will get in contact and hook her up with some sourdough.
Last year, Mike, he's my partner with Heritage. He got into sourdough,
It's a game changer.
and he's trying to do like the little decorative things
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
top. And
It's always cool. Marriage is sweet. Sometimes you just come home to like fresh baked bread.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing.
Then sometimes they get in the sourdough, and then it's like, congratulations, you're a farmer now. You
Yeah.
need to go and buy some chickens.
Knead and pull,
yeah.
stretch and fold, stretch. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. But it's not a bad thing. There's worse hobbies.
Yeah,
you know, I
but it's
got
like
fishing.
the Tamagotchi for our
It is,
generation,
yeah,
man. You got to keep it
100%.
alive. You got to feed it. You got to take care of it. You got to name it. You got to love it. You got to put it to bed every night.
You gotta love it.
Gotta
How do you
name
love
your
that? But going back, Ponderosa. What was your? So it was a buffet.
Yep.
Right, and it was good. Not great. It was good.
Are any buffets other than like sushi buffets actually good? Though?
I remember thinking Golden Corral was amazing. Just
Yep, I remember
phenomenal.
that back in the day, and then yeah,
And I went there 2 years ago. We had a gift card, and we went. Somebody had given us a gift card, and no hate, it just isn't what it was. What I remember it to be.
There's a pizza buffet down in
Is it
Knoxville,
CC's?
Tennessee.
No. Okay.
No. It can't remember the name. Irrelevant. Amazing though.
Mm.
It's kind
See-
of it's the same concept as CC's, but just
I
better
think
quality.
when buffets focus on one thing, like pizza or like sushi, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
But when you start to like, You got the steak, and then you got the fried chicken, and then you got the
Shrimp.
pizza and the popcorn
Mongolian.
shrimp,
Yeah.
the pot
Meatloaf.
roast, the meatloaf. Something you're getting spread too thin
Hey,
here.
they're feeding everybody though. I don't know. I miss Ponderosa. I have good memories of Ponderosa.
Yeah, I'd go back to Ponderosa. There's still one in Southern Ohio. We talked
I don't
about
know
this
why.
recently.
I don't know why I think of like broccoli and cheese sauce, but that's where my mind goes to. when I
Like
think of
nacho
Ponderosa.
cheese sauce.
It's just not it. Like I'm not interested anymore. Like I don't want that. But
I
miss
remember they had
Ponderosa.
the like bowl with the tortilla shells in it, like the flour
Mhm.
tortillas, and you go over and you get a taco, and then get a
It's
good
kinda
piece of
on
fried
brand.
chicken.
This is kind of the color. The wall's kind of the
Yeah.
color of Ponderosa.
Got the wood
Mhm.
aesthetic
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. We should go find and buy some booths from Ponderosa. That could be our new table.
I'm
Maybe
comfortable
not.
with the
I don't
chairs
know.
we have.
It's all right. It's okay. Last round we
lost, but
we
this
lo-
is for
We
fun.
lost. This round's for fun. Okay, when life throws you storms, what do you need? This should be easy. We should all get out. But what do you need when life throws you storm?
Are we talking like physical storms or
Anything.
spiritual storms?
Both. All of the above.
Oh man, that's too broad.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm good.
All right, here we go. When life throws you a storm, what do you need? Ready?
Duct tape.
Barrel run. Jesus, no. All right, ready. 3, 2, 1. Bible.
Foundation.
Salvation. All right, we're all on the same page. Bible,
like
Bible,
it.
salvation.
Foundation's a good answer.
There's a lot of things. you need.
Foundation, yeah.
Foundation.
Foundation's a great answer because it covered the physical and the spiritual. I
It
like
is.
that. I see what you did there, Aaron.
Yep.
That was good.
Wins again. 2 points. He's up. When life throws you a literal storm, you call
need Heritage
Aaron.
Roofing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call Heritage Roofing.
Shameless
plug.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, for sure. If you're out there and the meteor hits your house, or a bit of meteor,
Man, what would you do if somebody called you and said, "Hey, a meteor hit my house"?
So I called up my partner. I said, "Hey, I got this genius idea. We need to run an ad, and we can let AI design it. I don't care.
Mhm.
With a meteor hitting a house, and like
call us?
call us." And then we were like, "Man, that might be a little insensitive in case a meteor actually does hit someone's house." I
People,
mean, that's like uncharted territory for us. So.
people get offended. You're gonna offend somebody along the way, no matter what.
Yeah.
Somebody got mad that we called out the cheater, who just recently. You heard about the stuffing weights and fish again.
Yeah.
Different fish this time. It was in California, I think.
Well, at least it wasn't
Texas.
Ohio.
Wasn't in Ohio this time. It was in Texas, which is odd that I was born in Texas and it happened there. First, I'm in Ohio.
It's almost like it
happens there,
follows
so
Charlie.
I'm not a cheater or a poacher or any of those things. Okay, so legitimately, I try to follow the rules. I don't agree with all of them, but I try to follow the rules. But somebody got mad that we called that out for what it was. Like, interesting take, but
I mean, the law also called it out for what it was.
Mhm.
So
right. Here's
there's
why, but
that.
you're gonna offend
Yeah.
people no matter what you do. But if anything hit your house, if the ice took your gutters off because it weighed so much, if that strong hurricane that came through blew off part of your roof, call Aaron. We've talked about it at length in this episode. You're not gonna meet somebody. You're not gonna meet so many people out there that are people first, and you found that here. And so if you need a new roof, call this. Call Heritage Roofing.
Absolutely.
We also want to thank our other show sponsors. We have First Form.
Hey, I think
go ahead.
we should probably thank the Great Lakes Fishing Expo.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I know somebody that does something with that too.
Yeah.
2 for 1 special here. Seriously, bro, we are so pumped for the expo and all things that brings. We've already made so many meaningful connections, and I firmly believe, I've said this before just a few minutes ago, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Mhm.
And there's something about collaborating with like-minded people that takes things off. And I don't believe in holding things back, information back, or here's my tricks and tips. I want to share it with everybody. And it's great to find people that are like-minded to partner with. And so we're truly grateful for that. And we met so many people at the expo that's already been on the show, or people that you have listened to the show that want to come to the expo now because we talked it up so much. But it's legitimate. It's not just because you're a show sponsor. We genuinely had a great time.
Yeah. Even if we would have never met you, even if we would have never agreed to partner with the show and with Heritage, we would have promoted the show.
Yeah.
Because the show was awesome.
Yeah.
Genuinely. We had a ton of fun and great experience. So
and it's the same with all of our partners that we partner with. We believe in the product or we believe in the service, and we're thankful for it. And it's like-minded people. So that's what we're grateful for. So thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sponsoring the show, partnering with the show. We're excited for what God's going to do with Heritage Roofing, with the Great Lakes Fishing Expo, and with the Casting Faith podcast. We're pumped to see the growth that's going to happen, and we're going to try our hardest not to lose sight of what's important while we get there.
Yep.
So
I like it.
Anything else you want to say to our listeners before we wrap it?
This Folds of Honor First Form, what flavors? Folds of Honor.
Yep.
Is that the name of it?
Mhm.
Yep.
It's pretty spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't tried it,
Hey, First Form, make it permanent. It's a
Yeah.
limited run,
okay,
And it's their best.
and it's my favorite.
yeah, no, it's spectacular.
Yeah. So thank you, First Form. Links in the description, firstform.com/castingfaith. Every purchase you make through that link helps our show. But
And-
it's good stuff.
Backbone Coffee at the Great Lakes Fishing Expo.
Cam, let's make it
Cam?
happen. What's gonna happen is he's gonna be like, here's 50 bags of coffee. You want to help run? And that's
Yeah.
what. And I'm gonna be like juggling boots. Is what's gonna happen. I'm just kidding, Cam. We would love to make that happen. Be sweet. But thank you, Backbone Coffee. We're gonna send you home with some Backbone coffee. Hopefully, you drink coffee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anything caffeinated
Yes,
is my thing.
he's my people.
We had Destin DeMarion on last week, and we were like, we're gonna send you some coffee or some First. He's like, I don't drink any
I drink-
caffeine.
I drink water. I'm like, I can't. I gotta have it all. Love you, Destin. But we're grateful, man, for all the support of all of our show sponsors, and excited for all the things that's to come. Until next time, cast faith in everyday life.
As somebody who worked in insurance for 8 years, I know that right now could be a very stressful time for many of you. The high winds and crazy weather we've had in Northeast Ohio has left some without roofs and damaged buildings. We wanted to let you know that while you are going through this stressful time, there are still good companies out there who are ready to work alongside you and get you taken care of and make this process that could be very overwhelming as stress-free as possible. We wanted to remind you that Heritage Roofing is available and ready for your call, so that way through this process and getting your home back to how it ought to be, you have somebody on your side working with you and for you. So don't forget Heritage Roofing out of Mogadora, Ohio.
Like, comment, and subscribe.